So, will you believe me if I tell you that the greatest lesson on financial management wasn't taught at a business school? Will you believe me if I tell you that it wasn't taught at an MBA program? No, it wasn't taught at a financial literacy seminar, investment seminar, or whatever that you call it. You know where it was taught? It was taught on a hillside with 5 loaves and 2 sardines and 5,000 hungry men. I'm not talking about women and children. I'm talking about hungry men. You know, men like their food and their portions. So 5,000 hungry men. Right. Matthew 14 tells an incredible story of Jesus feeding over 5,000 people with just 5 loaves and 2 sardines. While many of us, we focus on a miracle, we are a generation that is moved by miracles, right? That's why we are always hopping from one church to another. When they say so-and-so is giving miracles, so-and-so pastor is telling you your ID number. So-and-so there's miracle money. Because we are a generation which is so obsessed of miracles. There was a master class before the miracle. There was a master class of financial management hidden in the story. Okay? So, Sister, what are you talking about masterclass? I'm not talking about the masterclass where you pay $15. I'm talking about a masterclass of financial management. Jesus didn't just multiply bread. He was demonstrating the principles of stewardship, of planning, of gratitude, of organization, and accountability. In today's language, you could easily say Jesus was holding a financial literacy workshop without a PowerPoint presentation. The story begins with compassion. So Matthew 14, to those that would want to refer, Matthew 14, go with it, but I'll start from 14, I think from 14. Okay, from 14. Okay, so the story begins with compassion. Jesus saw the crowd and was moved by their needs. And before he thought of the cost, he was moved by a need. So the question is, I know you're trusting God for money. Why? What is the reason? Why should God trust you with money? Okay, so there was a reason, there was a need of feeding. Before he even thought of the cost, he was moved with compassion. That's an important reminder that money shouldn't always serve a purpose bigger than ourselves. It's not about us. Wealth isn't just about upgrading your wardrobe or convincing yourself that another pair of shoes is an investment. Our finances should improve lives, should support our families, should honor God, and make a positive impact on others. When the disciples looked at the situation, Sister, I only earned 2,500. Sister, don't understand, I own 500 a week. They gave a report. We only have 5 loaves and 2 fish. That's your 2,500 a month, right? Have you ever opened your bank account just 2 days after payday? You're like, what? Who else is spending my money? So Jesus didn't complain about what they lacked. He started with what they already have. Honesty. Financial freedom starts with taking stock of your resources and not getting obsessed of what you don't have. Jesus asked them to bring the food to him. Before the miracle happened, he gave thanks. Imagine thanking God before checking your bank account. That's faith. Gratitude shifts the mindset from scarcity to stewardship. Why should God trust you with 1 million when you are not even organized with 1,000? So gratitude, thanking God. Gratitude shifts the mindset from scarcity to stewardship. Instead of saying, I only have 2,500 euros, you begin by saying, Lord, I thank you for the 2,500 that you've trusted me with. A grateful heart usually makes wiser financial decisions than an anxious one. Talking adult stuff here. Before distributing the food, Jesus instructed everyone to sit down. Now we are getting deeper into the financial module. Today it's going to be lit. After this, I'm sure 1 or 2 people will be assisted. Before distributing the food, Jesus instructed everyone to sit down in groups. Okay, I'm not going to, just in passing, remember it was a deserted place. Okay, it was a deserted place. My question is, other version says he instructed people to sit down on the grass, okay, in groups. So for me, that was the first miracle. In grass, which is the job that you have now. It's in grass. In this world where jobs are scarce, you even have a job that's a grass. In this world where everything is upside down, you even have 500 euro in your account. That's a grass. So sit down in organized groups in your grass. God is not waiting for you to have 1 million for things to start moving. He said he is instructing you to sit down on your miracle that you already have in an organized manner. There was order before abundance. Imagine if everyone had rushed the disciples. Remember, these were the people that spent the whole day listening to the word, so they were hungry. Imagine if the miracle had happened and everyone is saying, me, Shane, Temu, supermarket, fast food, supermarkets, McDonald's. Imagine if that's the same applies to our finances. If your salary arrives immediately and disappears into impulse buys, random online sales, and our budget next month, don't blame the economy or the government for everything that you should have done. Sometimes it's not a money problem, it's an organization problem. Then came the distribution of the food. Then came the distribution of the food. Everyone received enough, and no one was left out. Good financial management is about intentional allocation. Every euro should have an assignment before it arrives. Some of us, the money is in the account 12 midnight, it's gone. You know why? Financial organization. Every euro should have an assignment before it arrives. Otherwise, it will happily volunteer itself for takeaways, for flash sales, for Temu, for subscriptions, and forget even to sign up for important things. My favorite part of the story, hey, I'm not gonna take much of your time. My favorite part of the story, comes after everyone had eaten. That's where my favorite part is. Jesus told the disciples to gather the leftovers, so that nothing could be wasted. I always fight with my kids. Even if it's a piece of meat, don't throw it in the compost bin. Put it in a lunchbox. We will combine this piece today and the piece for tomorrow and the piece for next Wednesday, and someone can have a complete meal. Okay? And many of us, how many times have we had our food? After that, you throw it in the bin. If Jesus... Hey, this is getting interesting. I'm getting excited. When I was thinking about financial money, I was looking at my finances today. I'm like, Lord, I don't want to pray a refugee prayer where I'm like, pray, Lord, I pray for a miracle money. Lord, today I was actually introspecting. I'm like, Lord, teach me to number my days in terms of my finances. Because a bumper harvest is about to come. That's faith. Jesus told the disciples to gather the leftovers so that nothing could be wasted. Nothing could be wasted. Think about that. The same Jesus who multiplied food could have said, don't worry, another miracle is upcoming tomorrow. I did not expect Jesus to keep leftovers, but he says, gather the leftovers so that nothing could be wasted. I will just make more tomorrow. How many times have you said, I'm getting paid next week? It's okay. You can have it. That's stewardship. Sometimes we are praying for financial miracles while throwing away financial opportunities. We ask God for increase while wasting what he has already provided. And he is looking at us and he's like, Matthew 14 teaches us that faith and responsibility. Yes, Jesus performed the miracle, but the disciples still had work to do. They organized the crowd, served the people, collected the leftovers. They didn't just sit under a tree. Okay? So, what am I saying? I'm saying faith and responsibility. So, in closure, I don't know if I'm closing. In closure, sorry, I just have a brain freeze. Praying for financial breakthrough is important. I'm talking to Christians who sometimes are naive. Instead of working, they are praying. Eh? Praying for financial breakthrough is a good thing. Okay, sorry, something keeps popping on my screen. Praying for financial breakthrough is important, but also budgeting, saving, investing, learning new skills, and paying your bills on time is important. We have a generation of Christians who go out to borrow from others, from the banks, take all the cars, get all the mortgages, and trust God to pay for them and not take responsibility. Even Noah, he built the ark before it rained. Ultimately, Matthew 14 reminds me that financial prosperity isn't just about earning more. It's about managing well what you already have. It's about managing the 5 loaves and the 2 fish. God multiplies what is taken care of, not what is squandered. The miracle began with 5 loaves and 2 sardines, but it ended with 12 baskets of leftovers. That's not just abundance, that's excellent financial management. Perhaps the biggest lesson is God can multiply your resources, but He won't balance your budget while you are ordering Supermax, while you are ordering what is it? Shane, while you are ordering Temu. You even recognized by Temu as a loyal customer. You are the best. You are what? You even have loyalty rewards from Temu. Temu. Stewardship invites multiplication. Waste invites frustration. The choice, most days, is ours. I am Amazing Grace.